There comes a moment in everyone's life when the mirror becomes a battlefield. You stare into your own eyes, and something clicks. You realize you've been living below your potential, surviving instead of thriving, waiting for the right time, making excuses, settling for comfort. But deep down, there's a fire, a whisper that says, "This isn't who I'm meant to be." Discipline is born in that moment, the decision to stop drifting and start driving. Because life doesn't hand you greatness. It doesn't reward good intentions. It rewards action, effort, grit. And the only way to change your life is to take control of it. This is your wake-up call. No more snoozing on your dreams. No more waiting for someone to save you. You are the hero. You are the one. Discipline isn't punishment. It's power. The power to choose long-term growth over short-term pleasure. The power to stay focused when distractions scream your name. The power to say no, not because you're weak, but because you're strong enough to choose better. There is no success without sacrifice. No transformation without discipline. You don't need a new year. You need a new mindset, a relentless commitment to show up every day, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. You owe it to yourself, the future version of you, to fight, to rise, to become. And it starts now. So get up, shake the dust off your dreams. Silence the inner critic. The life you want won't come easy, but it will be worth it. This is your moment. Own it. We glorify the results, the trophies, the recognition, the applause. But discipline? Discipline honors the grind. The unseen hours, the lonely nights, the silent victories. Discipline means showing up when no one's watching, pushing through when there's no cheering crowd, choosing work over whining, growth over comfort, sacrifice over ease. Because the grind is sacred. It's where your character is forged, where you become more than what the world expects of you, where you defy limits and prove to yourself that you've got what it takes. People will call you obsessed. Let them. They'll say you're doing too much. Ignore them. They don't see the vision you carry. They don't understand the weight of your calling. The grind doesn't lie. It will expose the lazy and crown the relentless. It will separate the committed from the curious, the serious from the spectators. Every early morning, every rep, every task, it all counts. It all compounds. One disciplined day after another becomes a life of unstoppable momentum. You won't always feel motivated, but you don't need motivation. You need standards. You need a reason to keep moving when everything says stop. The grind is sacred. Respect it. Embrace it. Own it. Because that's where greatness is born. Not in the spotlight, not in the applause, but in the shadows, in the silence, in the discipline of your daily grind. This is where legends are made. The greatest battles are not fought on stages or in arenas. They are waged in silence, in the heart, in the mind, in the soul. Every day, a war rages within you, between the voice that says, "Give up," and the one that whispers, "Go on." Discipline is choosing which voice you listen to, the one that feeds your fear or the one that fuels your fight. You think strength is just about muscle or might? Real strength is self-control. It's having the power to act on impulse and choosing not to. You'll face doubt, resistance, the temptation to return to old habits, and no one will see the struggle, but that doesn't make it any less real. That doesn't make you any less of a warrior. Discipline means refusing to negotiate with weakness, refusing to reason with excuses, refusing to be ruled by emotions. You may feel tired, but you're not done. You may feel afraid, but you're not defeated. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing to move forward in spite of it. It's you against you, every single day. And every time you choose discipline, you win. Every time you keep going, you rise. So the next time the battle gets fierce, remember this. You are stronger than the storm inside. You are not your feelings. You are your focus. Win the war within, because when you do, you've already won the rest. You don't build a legacy overnight. You don't sculpt a champion in a week. Greatness is built brick by brick, with discipline as the mortar holding it all together. It's waking up early when your body says, sleep in. It's studying when your friends are partying. It's making the tough decisions when everyone else takes the easy road. Each choice you make, each action you repeat, lays another brick. Success doesn't come from one massive leap. It comes from 1,000 small, intentional steps, representatives, routines, rituals. Some days the progress is invisible. You'll feel like you're not moving. But that's the beauty of discipline. It builds beneath the surface. The strength you're gaining in silence will roar when the time is right. Brick by brick, you're building something no one can take from you. Not luck, not talent, not circumstances. Discipline is your foundation. Discipline is your fortress. So stop comparing your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 20. Stay focused on your blueprint. Stick to your process. Trust your bricks. And one day, you'll look back and realize you didn't just build a dream, you built a life, brick by brick. That's how you win. Let's settle this. Motivation is a moment. Discipline is a decision. Motivation feels good. It's the spark, the rush, the temporary high. But you've felt that before and still didn't follow through. That's because motivation is an emotion. Discipline, that's a commitment. Discipline shows up on the days when motivation doesn't, when you're tired, when you don't feel like it, when the hype dies down. You don't need to be motivated to get it done. You need to be disciplined. And here's the truth. The results don't care how you feel. They only care what you do. Every great transformation was fueled not by constant motivation, but by consistent discipline. When others gave up, the discipline stayed focused. When the world was distracted, the discipline stayed locked in. Motivation is nice, but discipline is necessary. So stop waiting for the feeling. Create the habit. And when motivation fades, let discipline take the wheel. Big dreams aren't built in big moments. They're built in small decisions, repeated daily. Discipline isn't just about massive actions. It's about brushing your teeth when you're tired, showing up on time, doing the push-ups, finishing what you start. Those tiny wins, they compound. They build trust with yourself. They teach your brain, we do hard things. You can't skip the small steps and expect giant leaps. The foundation matters. It's easy to overlook the basics, easy to ignore the little things. But those are the bricks of greatness. So start with 5 minutes. Start with one choice. Start with now. Because if you can master the small things, the big things take care of themselves. You won't always feel like it. That's the truth. Some days you'll be tired, frustrated, empty. But those are the days that define you. Discipline says, show up anyway. Not because it's easy, not because it's fun, but because the mission matters. Discipline is what gets you out of bed at 5 a.m. It's what pushes you to make the call, take the step, run the extra mile. You don't negotiate with excuses. You don't wait for the perfect moment. You just show up. And when you do it once, you build momentum. When you do it again, you build character. And when you keep doing it, you build a life that reflects greatness. You don't have to feel ready. Just be disciplined enough to show up. There are two pains in life: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline is tough. Waking early, saying no, pushing limits, but it passes. It transforms into pride, progress, power, regret. That's different. That pain stays. It lingers. It whispers what could have been, what you should have done. You choose the pain, but only one builds you. Only one molds you into who you're meant to be. You'll either suffer through sacrifice now, or you'll suffer through disappointment later. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret, tons. Choose wisely. It sounds backward, but it's true. Discipline is freedom. Want more time? Be disciplined with your schedule. Want more money? Be disciplined with your spending. Want more peace? Be disciplined with your habits. The more structure you build, the more freedom you gain. Most people think freedom means doing whatever they want, but real freedom, that comes from doing what must be done, without delay, without excuse. Discipline gives you control over your body, your mind, your future. Without it, you're a slave to impulse. But with it, you become the master of your fate. Discipline gives you the keys to unlock the life you've always wanted. The old you wants to stay comfortable, stay familiar, stay stuck. But discipline demands evolution. Every time you choose discipline, you say no to the version of you that settles, that breaks promises, that quits. You say no to laziness, no to excuses, no to the lies you believed about what you can't do. The old you wants you to be safe, but safety doesn't build legacies.
Growth doesn't happen in the known. Discipline pulls you into the fire and refines you there. If you want to become the person you're meant to be, you have to bury the person you used to be. Discipline is the knife that cuts ties with the old life. So take it and start carving out the new you. Discipline doesn't show up once. It shows up every day, when it's boring, when it's hard, when no one's watching. Consistency is the heartbeat of success, the rhythm that turns actions into habits, goals into reality. It's not glamorous, it's not flashy, but it's powerful beyond measure. Every morning you rise early, even when you want to stay in bed. Every time you show up and give your absolute best, even when your energy is low or the results aren't immediate. Every small choice that whispers, "I won't quit." That's discipline, that's consistency, and that's the secret sauce of champions. You want to change your life? Then change your days. Stack enough disciplined days one after another and suddenly you've built something unshakable, something legendary. Don't chase fleeting feelings, chase the formula. Don't rely on motivation, rely on routine. The greats, the legends, they all mastered one simple truth. They showed up. You don't have to be extreme. You just have to be consistent. And discipline? That's the glue that holds it all together when motivation disappears. Because every time you choose discipline, you tell your mind, your body, your soul that you are committed, no matter what. The morning is your secret weapon. Before the noise, before the chaos, there's clarity, there's control. Discipline starts with the sunrise, not because the morning itself is magical, but because how you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. It's a declaration. I run my day. My day doesn't run me. Own your morning and you reclaim your power. Plan your tasks, move your body, reflect in silence, breathe deeply. Each morning routine sends a message to your mind. We are not leaving success to chance. You don't have to win the entire day. Just win the first hour. That victory echoes throughout your mindset, your choices, and your results. The undisciplined hit snooze. The disciplined hit the ground running. Own your morning, and you will own your life. Because the way you begin dictates how you finish. Take the first step, rise with intention, and watch how the day bends to your will. Starting is easy. Everyone starts. But finishing, that takes a different kind of discipline. Finishing means pushing through when it's no longer exciting. Finishing means grinding when everything inside screams to quit. You said you wanted it, right? Prove it. Not with words, with action. Half-done dreams don't build empires. Almost finished goals don't change lives. When the fatigue sets in, you don't stop. You double down. You find strength you didn't know you had, because that's where greatness hides, in the final stretch. When quitting whispers in your ear, discipline roars back. Not today. Don't just start things, complete them. Don't just spark the fire, keep it burning. Finish what you promised yourself, because the world doesn't remember the starters. It honors the finishers. So finish strong, finish proud. Finish because your future self deserves that respect. Temptation is the voice that whispers, just this once. It's the shortcut that promises ease, but delivers emptiness. It looks like pleasure, but it steals your power. Every disciplined life must confront temptation. It comes in many forms: procrastination, indulgence, compromise. But the moment you choose discipline over desire, you reclaim control. Temptation feeds on your attention. The more you stare at it, the stronger it grows. But when you turn your gaze toward your goals, your values, your vision, temptation shrinks. It only wins when you forget what you're fighting for. Discipline is saying no when your body screams yes. It's choosing alignment over impulse, integrity over impulse, purpose over pleasure. You don't overcome temptation by being stronger than it. You overcome it by being more committed to your future than to your feelings. Create boundaries. Build habits. Don't wait until you're weak to decide. Decide in advance. Build a system that protects your focus. Temptation isn't just a test. It's an opportunity. Every time you resist, you become stronger. Every time you walk away, you prove to yourself that you're not a slave to your impulses. Discipline turns temptation into training. Each no builds your muscle. Each refusal sharpens your resolve. And with each victory, you step closer to the person you were born to become. Ask yourself, what is this temptation costing me? My focus, my health, my destiny? Now ask, what will discipline give me? Peace, power, purpose. You get to choose. Every time, every moment. Let your choices echo your calling. Because the easy road leads to regret, but the disciplined path, that leads to legacy. Say no to what distracts you. Say yes to what defines you. Let discipline be your defense. Let purpose be your protection. And remember, every temptation resisted is a victory won. Voiceover begins gritty, grounded. Everyone loves the highlight reel, the trophies, the applause, the success. But behind every moment of glory, there's a mountain of grind. What they celebrate in public was built in private. The grind isn't glamorous. It's the early mornings, the late nights, the lonely hours when nobody's watching, and you're still working. Discipline thrives in the grind. It's forged in the mundane, in the repetition, in the relentless pursuit of excellence. While others sleep, you rise. While others quit, you push. While others doubt, you decide. That's the grind. That's the price of greatness. This journey is not about feeling inspired every day. It's about showing up whether you feel it or not. Because the ones who make it, they don't rely on moods. They rely on mission. The grind tests your limits. It reveals your hunger. It exposes your excuses and demands your best. You won't always see the results immediately, but trust this. Every rep, every task, every disciplined choice, it compounds, it stacks, and one day it erupts into results. Embrace the process. Find beauty in the boredom. Let the grind refine you. You're not just building skills, you're building strength. You're not just checking boxes, you're chasing mastery. So when it gets hard, don't retreat. Lean in. When the motivation fades, don't pause. Press on. Because the grind doesn't lie. It gives back exactly what you put in. Greatness isn't handed out. It's earned in the unseen hours. The grind is the crucible. Discipline is the fire. And glory, that's just the smoke that rises when you've burned away every excuse. This is the grind behind the glory. And this is where champions are made. Discipline isn't just about what you say yes to. It's also about what you say no to. You don't have time for everything. And you shouldn't. Every yes you give is a no to something else. When you say yes to distractions, you say no to progress. When you say yes to comfort, you say no to growth. Discipline draws the line. Say no to excuses, no to self-doubt, no to the voice that tells you to quit. This is your life, not a playground for other people's priorities. Guard your time. Protect your peace. Make your focus sacred. Beat. Voice grounded. People won't always understand your no, and that's okay. You're not building for them. You're building for the vision you've been given, the mission you can't shake, the future you're creating, brick by brick. Saying no takes strength, it takes clarity, but most of all, it takes discipline. And those who master the word no become unstoppable. There's a voice inside you, not the loud one that doubts, the quiet one, the steady one, the one that knows what you're capable of. That's the voice of discipline. It's not dramatic, it doesn't shout, it just shows up. When you're tired, when you're overwhelmed, when you're lost, it whispers, keep going. You've got dreams? Good. But dreams without discipline are just wishes. That voice inside you, it remembers why you started. It sees the future you're fighting for. It holds the standard when everything else tries to pull you down. And the more you listen to it, the louder it becomes. Discipline isn't just action. It's identity. It's the version of you that refuses to settle. The you that doesn't flinch when things get hard. The you that shows up anyway. So quiet the noise. Tune in and follow that voice. It's leading you somewhere great. Success is a long game, and discipline is your strategy. Everyone wants the quick win, the shortcut, the hack. But the truth? The things that matter most take time. Discipline says, I'm not here for the sprint, I'm here for the marathon. You won't see results overnight. You won't always feel progress, but that doesn't mean it's not working. Growth is silent, success is patient, and greatness? That's reserved for the ones who stay the course. You're not planting seeds for today, you're planting for the future, and every disciplined decision waters the dream. Even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. The undisciplined quit when it's slow. The disciplined, they keep moving, trusting the process, honoring the grind. Because in the long game, consistency wins. When the lights are off, when the crowd is gone, when no one's cheering, that's when discipline is tested.
Can you still show up? Can you still give your all when there's no applause, no recognition? Discipline isn't about attention, it's about alignment. With who you are, with who you're becoming. In the dark, there are no filters, no distractions, just you and the truth. Will you still train? Still study? Still push? That's where champions are made. In silence, in solitude, in sacrifice. Because if you can be disciplined when no one's watching, you'll be unstoppable when they are. So embrace the dark. Let it refine you. Let it strengthen you. Because that's where greatness begins. One day, your name will be remembered. Not for what you had, but for what you built. Not for what you said, but for what you stood for. Discipline writes your legacy. Every choice, every sacrifice, every moment you pushed through, it's all part of a bigger story. One that will echo beyond your time. One that others will look to and say, that's what it means to be committed. Your kids will see it. Your community will feel it. Your future self will thank you. You didn't fold. You didn't flinch. You stayed true. This isn't just about now. It's about forever. The life you're building. The example you're setting. Discipline is your message to the world. I didn't take the easy way. I took the right way. Let that be your legacy. Stay disciplined. Stay focused. Stay productive. Till we meet again. See you in our next video.